What is up, everybody? It's your boy Brian with another episode here on the American Auto YouTube channel. Overlooked the dark spot back there. Had a light go out. And I'm not sure if it's the bulbs or if it's the ballast. Anyway, guys, on today's episode, as you already know, we're working on the rear airbag setup on this Challenger here. And yeah, you can see my air coming in right, or light coming in right there, but that ain't enough. I'm telling you guys, can't win for losing sometimes. But that's okay. We've got a portable light we'll put down there and work with. I might mess around and get some light going over here at some point. Anyhow, so yeah, we're gonna get started and I'll bring you guys back in just a minute. All right, everybody, we're back on another day, and I've been busy this morning and getting this airbag installed on this side, but I also had somebody else come that needed me to look at their car, so kind of made the airbag deal take a little longer than it should have. So now we're back. I've got it mounted in there, and let's show you. So never mind the drum on the ground. I'm cleaning it up because we're going to paint that too. Airbag is installed. Okay, camera's a little crooked here, but if you go check out my short that I just did, I show it operating. Yeah, this little fitting here is really cool. It actually turns, so I plan on putting it in the rear like that and run it up through the trunk to the manifold. But yeah, spring perch, everything's working properly, so heck yeah. Moving on. So we're gonna get started on the other side here in just a minute, but I've got to go wash my hands because I had a boo-boo with a spray paint can. Yeah. Like I say, one of them days, guys, one of them days, but we're gonna make it better. So all right, I'll bring it back in just a minute. We gotta take all this stuff out because we're gonna run the air lines on the inside of the car. But more importantly, we got to put the trunk on the inside of here, and that's full of stuff. I'll show you. All right, guys, so at this particular moment, we're just unboxing everything, getting it all together, getting the plastic off, and we got all the body parts out of the car. So now, at this particular moment, we are literally just finding placement, figuring out what's got to be put where, how, what hooks up, how, and yeah, all that. That says swivel fitting. Cool. That means that'll go straight into the tank. So we're going to set this in the trunk. Not mounting it, just setting it. And then we'll undo the second one, because this kit comes with two compressors. Here's the second one. Guys, this is the Viair see if you can see this. 485C. That's weird. It's upside down. But anyway. But guys, this kit literally comes with everything. Your air inlet right there. Let me see. Inlet port, remove plug. So I know what's going to go right there. It's going to be one of these mufflers. You got these two filters that go in the end of these, one on each end. That's already sitting on rubber, but we're going to mount it on something else as well to make it nicer. What I like about this kit, guys, is if you set it up right, you could also set it up to where you have onboard air. Now, for this particular car, you don't want to do that, but if you're running this on a Jeep or a trail rig or something like that, you can set it up to have onboard air, so you can run an air hose out to air up tires and stuff. So that's pretty cool. Yep, gotta have that. That tells about our solenoids and stuff. And this kit actually came with, it's the VU4 kit, but it comes with a manifold. This manifold controls 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, inlet, exhaust right there, exhaust and inlet right there. So I mean, this is going to be the Mac Daddy that controls everything up and down, and it's got its own plug and everything inside the box right here. It's got its own little piggy tail. So there's that stuff. We got 2 solenoids, 165 to 200 psi off pressure switch, 40 amp relay, heavy duty fuse holder. That's for that massive power cord that has to go all the way to the front. These are what goes in the front of the compressor. You got one for each side, okay? And that has fittings with it as well to run the line out, as well as your filters, okay? And then in here we have the power cable clamps and compressor screws. So here we have the E-level digital pad. This is the one that goes inside your car, so you can control it. You can set 1, 2, 3 for your ride height, or you can individually adjust up and down on all 4 corners, front and back, yada yada. Now this, if I'm not mistaken, unless I'm completely wrong, this guy here is the setup for your main control, but this setup also connects with Bluetooth somehow. I'm not real sure. I'll figure that out as I go, but that's part of the E-level kit, is it operates off of Bluetooth, so you can set it off your phone, and I think that's what this guy is. And I ain't a smart man, but I could almost guarantee that being like it is, it probably lights up somehow and looks real cool. Alright guys, so what we did is went ahead and cut 2 boards to go in here. Now I still have to mount this board here down in the back because you see it's wobbling. So I've got a spot over here and a spot over here that I need to mount that one down, and then same with this one here on the bottom. But you can see we got the brackets on there. Went ahead and got those measured out and placed on there so I can fit this tank onto it. And yeah, so we're gonna get those screwed down. And but the way I've got it set, this should work out really good. Tank goes right in the middle, compressor on each end, and then the manifold and the Bluetooth receiver controller and all that goes here. And then all the hoses and everything, there should be enough room, but all the hoses and everything will come up out of here. I may have to still put a hole in it, but all the hoses will come in and attach to the manifold and to the tank and all that. And it should overall be a real nice installation. So let's see how it goes. We are steady going at it. Got the compressors plumbed in, got the pressure switch plumbed in, got that wired. We're gonna trim, not trim it, but we're gonna hide some of that wires. We've got this massive bulk of wires coming out through here. I put a hole in that board there with 2 little brackets on it to hold the ECU right here, which I'll show you that in just a few minutes. It changed a little bit from what I showed you when I ended off last night, but we've got a power cord right there, and it runs all the way through the car, through the back seat rail. Let me back this out. Through the back seat rail, I'll tuck that away nice and neat. Then it comes down to this door jamb here, and the power wire runs all the way through there, through a rubber grommet, and through the firewall, which I'll tuck that away as well, and then comes up to the battery, which we have all the connectors and everything right here for. So again, like I said, this system is really, really on point. So that's where we're at. The tank is actually mounted in already. It's mounted in this little spot right there, which is fine. I can unbolt that board and pull the whole tank out if I need to be able to put the plugs and stuff in, because I mean there's still more. But somebody help me answer something, because there's somebody out there that knows way more about this stuff than I do. But the AccuAir system came with all the hookups, pressure switches, and all that. And the compressor, it came with these relays and an additional pressure switch. So am I supposed to run both pressure switches somewhere in this line? I'm not real sure, and I'm not seeing it anywhere in the instructions either. So anyway, somebody just let me know. But in the meantime, we're going to go ahead and start running lines now. So I'll bring you back in just a minute when we're doing that. All right, guys, we've been at it all day. Well, of course my light's dead. We've been at it mostly all day, but we've got an update for you. And I'll show you what that is, piece by piece. But first, I'm going to put you on the tripod. So as y'all know, y'all are witnessing history being made. And I will show you the exact product of it in a minute. But first one is and in the rear. Now granted, I only have one side done, but we're getting there. It's a lot on this car to do this. That stupid light. It's a lot to do this on this car, but it's coming together. Again, I want to say thank you to AccuAir, RideTech, you know, especially because they put so much effort into making this for this car, making this setup for this car. We'll put the fenders back on here shortly once I get the other side ran. But guys, I'm telling you, if you want to do this to your Challenger, you can. It's actually an option. And I'm doing this with the stock front A-arms. So, and of course, like I showed you, we're only using the single bag for the front. Now granted, we're not trying to get 10 inches of lift on this. Front and rear, as best I can tell, raises about the same. Once I get the E-level kit completely installed, then we'll match it. We'll make it where it's right. But yeah, so I'm going to continue on working, guys, and get this other side done, and I'll bring you back in a few. All right, so we ended off yesterday getting the driver's side airlines ran. Now we're going to move over to the passenger side and get those airlines ran and start putting stuff back together and start running wires. So yeah, I just ran this through the inside here, and I don't know if you can see that or not. I'll do a more in-depth video on, or more in-depth on that and show you. But yeah, we've got it shielded going through the fire, or going through the strut tower there, and also shielded going through the inside of the firewall and running up the main channel into the trunk. And it'll run up under the back seat and out into the whole board thing. Which it all runs into here like so. Now I realize it looks a little funky right now, but I will take care of that. It's not going to look like trash when I'm done, I promise. So let's get back at it, guys, and get some more of this stuff put together. Well, as you can see, I'm starting to get this stuff mounted in here nice and neat, getting the boards mounted down. Now, one thing I have noticed, according to my instructions, and if you have instructions like this, guys, this is what I recommend. Right where you're working at, make sure you go ahead and just put the instructions facing the direction of the car. As you can see, it says front, so I know that's the front. And I can see my whole entire layout. Now, I didn't do mine exactly like that, but pretty close, just saying. But anyway, so you got to have grounds back here, okay? Now, although this trunk pan is metal and it's a good ground point, I think I want to be smart and ground it to the wood. But how, you ask? Well, I don't know. Let's just see. I'll show you guys. All right, guys, here we are putting on some of the final touches here. You always have to put your little filter in, like so. Even though that one's by the gas neck. And then final touch, install your cover. Now we're not done yet. Still not done yet. Of course, I got to clean all this up first. But I've got straps to go on this to hold this down on each side to make it look a little bit tighter and cleaner. But tell me what you think, guys. Tell me how you think that turned out. Although they're probably going to have to cut or take every bit of this out to carpet this trunk if they decide to carpet this trunk. I'm not sure yet. But if they do, I'll be there for that. Anyway, so that being said, there's the whole brains and everything of this operation. Now let's move on around to now we've got 3 more wires that come out from the back that goes to the car here. And they are as follows. Let's see. Guys, if you get confused while doing this, they actually have it written on the wires what they are. We have, see if you can see that. No? There it is. There's your ignition. There is headlights, and the blue one is give me 1 second. Says AccuAir e-brake. So I've got to look into that because we don't have an e-brake to hook up. I don't know if we're going to do the headlights. I mean, I don't see what the purpose of that is. And we do have to hook up the ignition. So let me look into it. All right, guys. Here we are. I'm not quite finished yet. I still have some buttoning up to do. I've got to put one more bolt in that compressor over there, one more in that compressor over there to keep those straight. I know you can't really see it right now, but yeah, they're kind of crooked. My light died on me. So I got to put another bolt in each one of those, but we have power functioning, okay? And of course you can change all that in the app. And I still have to hide those wires down there, do something with those. But I present to you, hang on 1 second, get the cord out here. All right, I present to you, ladies and gentlemen, the very first 1970 Challenger RT on air ride, front and rear. Keep in mind, this is a pro touring car, guys, but here we go. Ladies and gents, she's on air. She is on air. Keep in mind, this system, you can run side to side, front to back, high, low, mid, and like I said, you can do all this through an app on your phone as well. Now, I'm not going to set it on my phone because it's not my car. But when my guy gets here in the near future, we'll set it up on his, because the whole game plan is to set up his other car, his Fairlane, on air ride too. So guys, that's going to do it for this episode. When we come back, we'll be doing more work. I got some other surprises for you that he wants to do. But that's going to do it for this one. Thank you so much for watching. Make sure you comment, like, and subscribe. Like I say, guys, the very first one, I want to give a special thank you to the guys at Ride Tech, the guys at Horn Blasters, the guys at AccuAir. Every one of them have been so helpful on this process, okay? And like I said, we're breaking new ground here. But the system works amazing, and I couldn't be happier. I'm sure my customer's going to be extremely happy. And if you want to check out some of their stuff, guys, go check them out. They have videos. AccuAir and RideTech both have videos on, and I know you know who RideTech is. I'm not sure if you know who AccuAir is if you're not into the air ride community. I know I didn't know a whole lot about them. But anyway, so that's going to do it for this one, guys. Make sure you go check out Pole Barn Garage, Junkyard Digs, Golden Rust or Bust, and top-notch trees. Go check out all them guys. Tell them I sent you. But that's going to do it for this one, guys. Thank you so much, and we will catch y'all on the next one. And remember, if it doesn't challenge you, as this did, it doesn't change you. I'm now changed. I know how to put in air ride in a Challenger. See you guys.